I have what?
Great job, me. Okay, now people shoot.
Does Kyong play on the Classic too?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm not sure either.
I mean, I just saw the menu.
All right, I can't get his audio to show up, so I'm just gonna play some YouTube music. Full relaxing. Zelda music to relax / study / work / game. Hey, Checks. Congrats on your win today.
Shouts to Duck for doing his job as an admin and reminding people to reset. Which is like basically all we're doing except for Sirius, who's doing all the work.
Alright, they're readying up. I'm gonna drop out of here. I will be around if anything happens to do streamer stuff, but I'll let you guys take it.
Alright, well, Fricker said he might be in and out for the first little bit here, so hopefully that's not too big of an issue. But I hope everyone's doing well tonight.
Yeah, this race should be a banger. I'm excited for it.
I am definitely excited to see if Duck blesses us with any more of his new strats, like right side, Eastern Palace Overworld, or I forget what else he was doing, but
I must have missed that. Dang.
He was like, why is this screen so hard? You're going the wrong way.
Yeah, that'll do it for you. All right, let's start it up.
Everyone's favorite part of the run. Mashing text.
It's all about that first bush pickup.
Well, if you don't get a clean door exit, does the bush pickup even matter?
I would love to see somebody reset first bush pickup during a tournament race.
Well, they both nudged the door, so not great. I think Young's pickups were like maybe one frame better.
Yeah. It looks like on Discord Restream that Apathy might be a little bit far ahead.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah, it'll even out after land up.
So Duck off to a blistering start, picking up the sword about 4 seconds ahead of Kyong. Yeah, gonna be fun.
Ooh, missing that bush slash.
Well, Duck showing off pumping. It's great. Kyong doing kind of the easy thing there and just lining up with the torch, which makes the exit free.
I don't think I've ever gone through an escape segment without pumping. I'm curious what the time would be.
I don't know. Like, when I did the room grind, it was just like grinding escape. It was like 10 frames in every room from pumping. It's kind of a lot.
Oh, wow. 54, 55. I've had worse escapes while pumping, so shout outs to you.
I could definitely see, yeah, like mid 50s, but I don't know. I would just get bored without pumping an escape, probably.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just not enough to do. Oh, well, I think Kyung just released it a little too early. Oh, waiting
Oh,
on
that
the
was
key.
a risky key, but
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, this is more exciting than Escape has any right to be so far.
Yeah, I actually stopped doing like the optimal up left to the boom chest just because I kept missing that guard. It's super frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of my thought process with 8/. It's like we saw both of them clink, and it's like, well, one clink and you're saving only like 10 frames on one pot. And I think they both had two, so it's like, yeah, you're not saving at all.
Yeah.
Well, good news is we rescued Zelda and we're on more than one heart, so rest of Escape's probably going to be fine.
And they both grabbed the lamp, so that's a good start.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just like you saw Kyung pump to the stairs there and Duck didn't. And it's just like, what else are you going to do in the room? I don't know.
You might as well pump.
It saves like 3 frames, but honestly, Duck's Escape is looking like pretty decent here. I mean, kind of a pretty good parameters. 420 through those doors into the throne room, and yeah, we're pretty much right at that. So
It's usually how it goes with a good first half of Escape is usually a bad half. Yeah, and there we go.
right away.
Sorry, commentator's curse.
Oh, good recognition though. It's hard to get between the ropes there. The whole, I can't even think of the word. The armada of ropes in Kyung's way. Just every single one of them.
See how the key rack goes for both runners. Ooh, Apathy taking a couple bops. 4 bops.
Okay. And all of that just because he didn't turn up to Slash. Fun stuff. All right, well, assuming the stream delays are accurate now, which we'll check, I guess, when they split, but
I think Duck is just going for Incroy frames at this point. But both runners at the same amount of health, so I guess I can't call out Duck for that.
Okay. Looks like Duck had a little bit worse escape here, but not the end of the world. And we are going to see Kyung pull ahead here because he's on the classic, so he gets rat frames for free.
I'm curious, do they stack if you get rat frames on classic?
No, you just get the regular rat frames no matter what. So you only get them once.
Sounds free to me.
If I could get them twice, I'd be so disappointed in my Eastern Palace gold. Saving like a second and a half in lag.
I honestly think Eastern Palace is one of the most difficult dungeons in the run.
Honestly, like well, Yeah, that screen's impossible. You see Duck getting hit. I don't know. It has a lot of like sneaky hard rooms, at least to do fast. Like this overworld. Just this one screen is so easy to lose just like a second because either the Octorok's get in your way or you tire yourself out from pumping so much, or you don't go for the manual stair drag cancel, which Doug did go for on the one staircase there.
Shoutouts to stair drag.
It's just like, you just lose so much time. Well, Kyong booming to save 3 frames. It's technically faster. I have gone plus 30 in Eastern Palace.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you're, committed to not resetting, if you're really trying to push Eastern Palace, you could be plus 2 minutes just because you don't take anything safe at all and you die. So,
Yeah, Duck having to spend a little extra time to boom that heart in the Stelphos room.
it's just one of those hard rooms. It's just like you lose so much time to just everything. Anytime we're picking up pots or picking up bushes or anything like that, the game's impossible. So. I'm pretty sure Kyung's on the first drop there, so this is the first blue. And then Duck, I don't know if he got the green, but oh, he did.
Yeah, he had quite a few drops early on, so Duck's on the red for the next one.
On the red now is actually pretty unlikely he gets it, unless for whatever reason this Popo is in his way in this room. But
typically at this point, if there you
go.
I was gonna say I was not, but yeah, Duck absolutely did the right thing there for sure. He could have gone with 1/ and gifted with greenies, but either or would have been fun.
1/ and gifted with greenies is like, it's just a strat that I don't think anybody's practiced in years at this point, and it's not a room you want to mess up. So
yeah, that's true. But for 25, I don't want to pass that up.
Maybe we'll start picking up a 3/ strat in Popos, where you slash the top ones first, so you get the drop there.
Kyung just got his green rupees, so I would only assume that he'll probably get his red drop in double Igor, but it may be off to the side.
Yeah, I was working on something in regards to rupee math in this dungeon, and you're less likely to get the red if you enter on the blue here, but he gets it, so.
Yeah, Duck had some unfavorable RNG. Oh, and then missing the ready there. He missed both arrow drops from the ready, so he's coming out of here with 2 arrows.
And also, depending on his strats in pod mimics, he might not get the arrow drop there either, so it's going to be kind of sketchy.
Kyung's on 3, so both similar for arrow count.
They both have similar rupee counts, so great. But we all know we're about to get the boots. We're about to go fast with the worst trick in the game. But Duck doing everything he can to hug this guy, because he just loves the boots so much. It's gonna cost you. It's like, well, also Duck being smart, if you're that close, it is frames faster to dash out. So
Duck having to retry.
Right side. Let's go, Duck.
Technically, right side's faster, but with the enemy RNG you have there, it's not very viable.
Yeah, you saw Duck actually had to react to the Octorok there, so it's like, that was right side Eastern Palace overworld exit, which it is faster. You'll see it in like all dungeons because there's no enemies on the screen in Rain State, so the glitch categories sometimes go right side there.
Ooh, this is going to be costly for Duck. 3 tries on Library Spin Speed 4. Kyong opted not to go for it.
Yeah, pretty fair. It is kind of like, it's like almost 30 frames going for it, which is pretty significant. Like that's about the same as Desert Ledge spin speed, and you see a lot of people go for that. So, but you also see a lot of people not go for Desert Ledge spin speed. So I, can't fault anybody either way.
Kyong going for the splashy, dashy menu buffer. I approve.
I am a big fan of that one too, until I learned just how much time I was saving with stair drag cancels. So now I think it's a good idea to save menus for that, but also going for stair drag sucks. We're going for the cancels.
It's always bad, like when you hit it early and you still have steps to climb afterward.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing too crazy happening yet. I wonder if we're gonna get pre-Landmo arrows for either of them. I don't know.
I was just wondering about that.
They're pretty cursed, but these arrow counts are not good. So
see what kind of cannonball RNG we get.
all right, yeah, and pretty sure everybody knows, but the different torch stretches that Kyong and Doug did are like literally tied to the frame. It's kind of insane.
Oh, Kyung with a good dash on the bad cannonballs, but bonking into the chest. Oh, Duck is the same RNG.
And good dash. Oh,
Wow.
Nice dash out.
I think that was a clank at the end there.
Also, like, chests are the final boss of this game. Pots and chests. I don't know. One thing I've noticed is that it's really easy to just walk into a chest for like 5 to 10 frames before opening it. And like you don't even think of it as being a bad thing, but you just do.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting insight for sure. Gotta love when you're trying to open up a chest on like the far side and like you just kick up Duck like 2 times.
Because you're 1 pixel away, it's so good, right? Looks like Doug was actually a little bit low. I don't know if he actually got the spin speed, but even if he had, I think he was maybe a quarter tile too low to actually activate it. So
Yeah, very good point, Twin. I actually am pretty famous for just carrying the pot like 3 tiles before I throw it. And Kyung is just about to get to Landmo here. Decided not to go for the arrows, but does have a little bit of lead over Apathy due to a few missed spin speeds.
Duck's also going to be able to skip a red if he remembers how to do that. So we'll see. Also deciding to skip the arrows, it looks like.
Well, let's pray for early 3.
Nice first worm.
Then, of course, the worms split. There's nothing you can do there.
That good first cycle really helped him a lot there, but yeah, great fight.
Ooh, Duck just shooting those arrows a little early. Still getting decent RNG though.
I think he might have either lost count or maybe trying to save an arrow. Not sure there.
Oh no. I think
Okay.
late 4 cycle, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Both their arrow counts are not great. We'll see what happens.
We'll see if they go a little bit slower in the beetle room in here to see if they get arrow drop.
Duck is at the point where he's low enough on arrows. He will have to either change his Agate Tower strats or get the arrows in somewhere, either Death Mountain Descent or from the drop.
Yeah.
Kyong?
Oh boy. Hello?
Okay. Okay. Woo.
First try.
We got through. That's all that matters. Duck dropping his sword for that. Ooh, that was good recognition that he didn't get it on the left motion there.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of the DMD arrow pot. I know you lose time, but I think it'll save time overall if you don't use arrow strats like on the knights and stuff.
You might be right. It's just like such a slow pot. It's like 70 frames, which like is the same as the Meyer Hub arrows, which nobody even ever thinks about getting, right? So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you're probably right in just that, like, especially unless you've practiced the backups, they're, you know, your backups are always going to be slower because if they were faster, they'd be your regular strat. But also, who practices backups? Not me. Well, all right. Hopefully Doug gets this. Okay.
Oh, that is the worst.
Well, the health difference is pretty big here. 3 hearts, I would typically say, is still enough to get through Hera without any major complications. Probably.
As long as the mini Moldorms cooperate, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. When do they do that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We seen pot spin speed? Maybe?
Are we going to see the actual spin speed? Somebody at Yoho, let him know. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Too bad this is the only room that you can do that in.
I'm sure we could do it in others, but what's the point? Was Duck working on his controller earlier? Hardware issues are the worst. Like, I can put up with playing poorly or whatever, but when the controller's not working, it's awful.
Yeah, some days you get spin speed every time, and some days you fail it. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if it's a new Beetle strat from Kyong. Haven't seen that one before for what he meant to do. It did look pretty deliberate, but didn't look too slow either. I mean, I feel like with almost every room in this game, it's just a matter of doing it in a way that's consistent and simple, right? Like maybe, okay, well, we got the arrow drop. Maybe hitting the switch 6 times like Duck did is not what we want. So if you do something simple like ACM strats or whatever, or Kyong strats, which didn't look too bad, then it can just make the game easier, which which is all we're really looking for a lot of the time.
Did Duck get arrow drop on the beetle?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Kyong got it off the Kadongo as well too. So
That was a really good fight.
all right, Duck on the Moldorm with 2 hearts. Let's get it.
Aside from that first north dash that Kyong did, everything about that fight was really good. Oh,
Oh boy.
all right. Okay.
Nice.
That was good. Duck recognized that Moldorm was going to charge there, so backed off and kind of used the charge to set up a dash, which is a pretty good way to approach it. But he did break the pendant, so that's not good.
Kyong saving the arrow, going for the bush crab.
I didn't see if Kyong did spin speed on those stairs, but I want people to know you can just hold down left and you don't have to stop on the stairs leaving Hera, and you'll still get spin speed. You just look at the state. So I feel like that's something people don't recognize. I see people like slow down there a lot. Okay. I don't know what 4 enemies duck kills. You'd think I know. I have like 150,000 channel points on his stream, but
Unless he gets the bush crab on the way back after Master Sword.
that would make sense, especially since like the arrow counts are sketchy, and he's probably not going to get the arrow drop in the pod. He might just want to conserve arrows a little bit here. All right. Well, if Duck is able to skip a red, it saves. I don't know how much time it saves. Do you figure 40 frames or something?
Well, skipping a red, you can pull the tree from the left side. So, yeah, I mean, 30 to 40. I mean, that sounds pretty accurate.
Uh-oh. Okay. We're okay. Picking up the bush.
Yeah, there we go. Duck killed the bush crab on the way out. And just gets all the rupees. He is rich.
But yeah, Kyong having that one overworld screen is just like so indicative of what happens when things go wrong in this game. Everything goes wrong. Luckily, it is on a screen where it's not a big deal. Oh, I mean, I like that side slash to kind of. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a few runners that do the side slash there, but Kyong losing beams to the chain guard.
Okay, we're winning the 1 and 4, no drops there, so that's good. Yeah, and like literally the only difference in the time is the amount of time it takes to reslash, which is like 13 frames. So
yeah, Kyung lost a little bit of time in the dark key room. That is such a horrible room. Hopefully one day somebody will find out what actually alerts these guards and how to bypass it.
I mean, we have search beams, right? I just feel like sometimes they search from a million miles away. I don't know. Like the one beam tagged you from across the room, and it's like, sure, game, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that the new Yuzu strat. That looks pretty crazy. I don't know how consistent that is, but
I think when even FSG is saying don't do it, it's probably a little bit too sketchy. Or FSG saying it's inconsistent, so. All right, well, yeah, that's Circle of Pots. Okay. Well, since nothing important is happening on either runner's screen for the next 60 seconds to 3 minutes, let's see if we can count to 100.
so for my count, it looks like Duck is approximately 30 seconds behind right now.
That sounds about right. I don't know what Duck's trying to say in chat.
Was that the first blue ball from Kyong?
I'm not really paying attention, to be honest. I don't even pay attention to my own streams when we're fighting this guy.
I think Kyung is up to 2. Duck taking his first. Kyung is on his third. Ooh, yikers. This could really help Duck tighten up the lead that Kyung has if he stays low blue balls. Two for Duck, 5 for Kyung.
Man, isn't this just such a great boss? So much fun.
I think Duck got 3 and Kyung, I believe, got 7.
7 sounds right. He ended on the first hit after the cycle, right? So.
Yeah, Duck basically making up all the time and just barely getting ahead of Kyung due to blue balls, but very, very close race going into Dark World.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably means neither of them are going to be able to PB here. They're both up against, like, Duck's up against 1, Kyung's up against 0. It just puts you so far back.
Yeah, for sure. Both times from the runners, too. It'd be very, very tough with, a 30-30 Light World.
Actually, it does look like, according to splits, at least Kyung is still ahead by like a second or so. So,
wow. Could you imagine being ahead after 7 blue balls? That's ridiculous.
All right. Well, there is plenty of places left to lose at least that much time still in the run. So, as Check points out, yes, Dark World RTA race.
Kyung with a very nice Kiki dash there.
I'm not sure it can be better, actually.
Well, on the dash up, he nudged to the left side, which is exactly what you want to do to get the perfect Kiki dash.
See, this is why I'm glad you're here, Fricker. Because, like, there's all these, like, small things I don't know.
Yeah, I know almost all the small things, but I just can't execute them.
Well, to be frank, if you could execute, frame perfect stuff at 60 FPS for 83 minutes, you probably wouldn't be human. So
Yeah. It is kind of funny how this game works because like 99% of the time, you know, we have it bashed into our heads that movement is so good and important and don't nudge. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, you want to nudge that.
yeah, I know. It's not even like that infrequent either. It's like nudge this so you get a good lineup, nudge this so you like manip an enemy, that kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah, for sure. It's like, hey, you remember how doors you don't want to nudge on the door frame? Yeah, this door doesn't apply to that. So
and like it is important, and it's like at the end of the day, it's frames, but like there's just so much other stuff to learn, like how to get hammer jump quickly or how to not die to Helmasaur, that it just takes so long to kind of internalize. Both of them going for double bomb here, which if you're going for sword buffers is a little bit worse because even though it's faster, you lose I think 3 sword buffers, so it's a little bit dangerous.
yeah, both had a pretty good hammer jump. I think Hyun just had a few extra buffers, but still very nice.
I always get so scared when you like nudge against that chest because sometimes the nudge pushes you like a little low if you nudge for too long and the arrow hits the wall, but neither of them did. And Kyong even slashed to kind of help better align, which is like, I mean, consistency is speed, right?
Oh, Duck with the 10 drop in the Mimic Room.
When did... Oh, no, never mind. I see. Wait, do I see? I lost track of Duck's price pack.
Yeah, he had a very nice pod mimics for sure.
Duck talking about Trinex poke dashes. I saw him practicing the double poke dash in warm up, so I hope we see it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hype.
Classic turtles. And what this dungeon always comes down to, Helma RNG. Even just the fact that like Helma walking down saves like 6 seconds over walking to the side. Or like getting fireballs is a harder fight, not because you're avoiding the fireballs, but because Helma's moving more. But really good fight from both of them.
Yeah, it looks like we're just a mere few seconds apart. Did they both go for spin speed Helma? I must have missed it.
I think so, yeah. I was mostly watching Duck. Because I was complaining about Helma RNG. It's hard to complain and watch 2 runs at the same time.
Yeah, complaining just takes all your brain power. All right, we'll see if anybody gets lotteried on the way out of pod. I think I've been getting hit by that guy so frequently.
I think we had a discussion about this lotto, and no conclusions were made, but I don't know. I feel like nudging helps just a little bit because I'm like terrible at this overworld and I never get lottoed. And by never, I mean I'm gonna get lottoed my next run. But
that's usually how it works.
coming up on another place where you want to nudge so that you can hammer dash right away, but that works too. It's way safer.
I'm pretty sure I've been doing that and I got hit once. So I don't know if it's 100% consistent, but it's better, I guess.
I feel like the one time I did get hit doing it, I had maybe a 1 pixel nudge, and I know that 1 pixel nudges with dashes are not always like the most consistent thing, so both of them are literally doing the exact same thing. They both walked past a quick warp, walked back into it. Like, we could just be feeding you duck stream twice and nobody would know.
See if Kyong. Oh, I was gonna say, hopefully Kyong grabs that tree. Ooh, Kyong's turn to miss spin speed.
Yeah, and maybe diagonal off the stairs there, because when you get to state like that and you miss it, it's often because you're trying to like optimize your movement, but it doesn't quite work out.
You ever go for spin speed and you get it, and as you're going to the stairs, you check B, your sword doesn't swing, and then you come off the stairs and still don't get it, and then you swing, and then you swing your sword, and you're like, I don't understand.
No, that's a new one.
No,
but I have swung my sword. The sword didn't come out, and I went, "Oh, I missed the state," and so I tapped A for whatever reason, and then retried spin speed.
All right, chat. Thank you. At least I'm not the only one. I think I just default to that after I do the spin speed tech. I think I hit the B button like 4 or 5 times before I get to the stairs.
Oh, the rupee and then the diagonal to cancel the dash. So much lag on duck side. I hate that screen.
Yeah, I think I want to look into that. Well, I mean, not the bush dash, but the dash down afterward. I think a lot of us are canceling that dash to go right way too soon. I think we should be going to the bushes.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I never do, but I think I need to look into it.
Oh, I don't know. You have a chance for a bush skull, I think, there.
Okay, never mind. I'm not doing it anymore.
Which, like, you're probably going to get 1 bush skull in the run anyway, but because then you have to dash through more possible bush skull bushes, you like increase the chances of getting 2, which is really rare. So,
Oh yeah, I suppose I could see that.
hopefully, I won't be on that screen for an hour, but we'll see.
Ooh, bad RNG on Duck's side.
Yeah, Duck probably could have dashed through the room if on his second dash up he had gone further right, but that's a hard decision to make sometimes. Kyong got through it pretty easily. All right, Kyong with a pretty safe approach to the room, just to make sure he didn't leave early, so that's good. My understanding of bush mechanics is that they have their own kind of separate prize pack. So, and all the bushes are in different prize packs, and sometimes you don't get drops and it advances the prize pack, and sometimes it doesn't advance. I don't know. It's all magic. What's your opinion on dashing through prison here, Fricker?
I do it, but if you bonk once, you lose a heck of a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't do it, and then every time I slash, I go, "Oh, I wish I was dashing."
Yeah, I mean that's the nice part is you don't have to stop and slash. But I mean, I don't know, just don't bonk. But also, like on Kyong's side when he was doing the prison dash, he canceled his dash before the lock really early.
Oh, I guess we missed trivia. What does the 07 in Duck's name stand for?
The amount of spin speeds he missed in the match.
What does the 92 in Kyong stand for? Uh-oh. Okay, well. Not the place we expect lead changes to happen, but glad nobody died.
How about how many Mario paintings are there in Kakariko Village?
All right. Duck answering trivia while racing. You'd love to see it. So yeah, it looks like all ammo counts are good. I know that slash and dash there saves like a tiny bit. I know that hopping the ledge saves nothing. Maybe 1 frame.
Just because I gave you guys a trivia question doesn't mean I actually know the answer. I'm pretty sure there's 2 Mario paintings that you can pull to get rupees out of, but I'm almost positive there's more than 2.
If it's not on the speedrun, I don't know it, so.
All right, new category extension, Mario painting pull.
It is true, hopping the ledge does save a million if you go for the quick hop, but north quick hops are the devil, so.
Yeah, if you just jump off that ledge, you typically save 1 frame versus going down the stairs. But yeah, that north side hop is far harder than even the Meyer one.
Yeah, I think the only one that like is relatively easy to go for is the Death Mountain one, especially when you are going on the ether, because you get the menu to
Left in A, Duck. Left in A.
and Kyong, they both missed it.
So, quick fun fact: did you know you can get an early talk on the Smith for the sword from the dash rather than the walk?
Yeah.
How goofy is that? What is this game?
You can also do that to cancel or to get into desert. You can cancel the dash with the book read at the tablet.
Yeah, but I think more specifically, what I was saying is you can get an early talk from a dash, and if you try to get that early talk on the same pixel from walking, you can't do it.
Oh, that also makes sense because like the way like Link interacts with objects is he like interacts and moves on the same frame basically, right? So when you're dashing, you would get like an extra 2 or 3 pixels compared to walking, right?
Yeah.
Which is goofy, but okay. I'm pretty sure no hot dog I've ever had in my life was made out of beef, which is why I don't eat hot dogs.
Duck just falling a little bit behind. I know he took a couple hits from the Moblins on the dash to Skullwoods.
I've seen a lot of the low dash in Skullwoods, and it's been so long since I've reviewed this segment through the lower bushes there. I don't know if it's faster or not.
I don't think it's faster, but it's definitely safer from that Ropa.
I mean, I guess.
Have you dashed right top bush and just got smoked by that Ropa mid dash?
No, never.
Oh man, dude! Every other time for me.
What am I doing different?
Yeah, that beetle. He had a lot to live for, but he chose to meet the spike.
I don't know. This game to me is like full of things like that where things make sense to somebody and they don't make sense to somebody else. Because you do things like, okay, great moth fight. You just like press the buttons like barely different than somebody else. So Duck with the Blaine menu.
Nice. A little scary at the end there for Duck, but he cleaned it up nicely.
Like another one for me is like the first key guard in Escape. I can't do the left slash. I can't figure it out. It makes no sense to me.
That's the only strat I've ever done since I started. Even at like 140 something, yeah, that's all I've done. Same with double poke cold stare. Maybe that's why it's a little easier for me because that's what I started on. But
like double poke cold makes sense to me. I don't know. It's just one of those things that's like, I don't know. Everybody's strats are just like ever so slightly different because it either works for you or it doesn't. And
yeah, I think the first key guard left slash honestly just comes down to feel for the runner.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know. This isn't a game where like our entire route is based around like one skip or whatever. So you just kind of do what works and is consistent, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, see if anybody gets the spear block. I'm excited. Come on, Duck. Spear block.
I'm always so relieved when I don't get that RNG because I just don't want more work.
Sad.
I mean, it looks cool and it feels great.
Yeah, it does look cool and it does feel great for sure.
But every time I don't get it, I'm just like, oh, thank God.
Have you seen this alternative Moblin dash here where everyone, or I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of runners are dashing low to not get the Moblin RNG?
Yeah, that's the old strat, right? Like,
yeah,
2010, 2013 strat. So
it's definitely interesting because that's kind of coming back around now where a lot of runners are taking the low dash in desert for the Popo RNG.
I mean, it makes sense. I feel like as a community, we're pretty risk averse, honestly, just because so many bad things can happen, right? Like, why give the game chances to do more?
Ooh, Duck getting the clutch heart drop from the crab.
And honestly, I think like I don't currently do like the new Desert Bobo strat, but it's only like 6 or 7 frames slower. You can get hit by that guy?
Yeah, apparently.
What? That's a new one. Speaking of this game finding ways to just make your life awful.
We'll see if he goes for a crab slash before he gets into the warp.
I mean, You definitely want beams for conveyor. You want beams for ice too, but like you don't need them. It just feels bad to wait. But also, do you really want to be hunting crabs? That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. Oh,
No, he didn't get the heart drop from the left crab either. Super unlucky.
wow.
Fox. Oh boy.
What I might have done in Duck's situation there, he used the menu. Like there were just so many things. The Zora was close. The two crabs were in the way. I honestly might have hit up to cancel the dash and just like walk north of all the crabs. Just been like, there's too much stuff going on. Let me get me out of here. But also, I don't. He probably did have enough time to slash left and then slash right, which is what he tried to do. But that was ridiculous. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like Kyong took 2 hits there from that.
Yeah, he placed the bomb a little early. It looked like it was going to be friendly, and then both jellies kind of wandered over to block his path. And then tried to slash one, was a little bit too close. So instead of beaming it, he actually did slash it, and then got hit by the bomb explosion. And then unable to beam the first. Is that?
No.
Ooh, too low.
Yeah, looked like he was 1 pixel too low.
Oh, too high.
He doesn't have a bomb. He's gonna have to hover.
This is a good job, Duck, getting through it. Let's hope Kyong gets this. Almost.
So close.
Okay, he's gonna back up. He got the hard drop, so next up is arrows, I think. He can't take any more damage either.
Yeah, that's it. He's gonna have to death warp.
What would you do here? I might just go swamp, get the dam chest, and do the 2 bombs in swamp as well. But
yeah, I mean that's probably a good call, but I think for most runners at this point, they'd probably be frustrated enough to just strong arm it and just keep going forward.
Okay, so you are going to get the 4 bomb drop from the Stalfos here as well. So as long as you can get down to that. But then you have to get the bomb in this room in the left pot and then do 1 bomb strats, which are just like, I don't know. It's a lot to think about, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Good cold stare on Duck's side. Also, I know that Kyong does a good bit of randomizers, so probably a bit more comfortable with kind of like alt strats and this kind of thing. So I have definitely personally resorted to using menu buffers on Icebow's bomb jump if I feel like I'm not going to get it. Like if I don't know, I just can't get 1 pixel movements or whatever. Oh.
Yeah, Kyung having a little trouble. It's so hard to just move up and down to get the right pixel. There we go. Definitely want to result to either menu buffers, sword buffers if you can. I think even the hammer helps too.
Yeah, Blunt likes those sword out hammer buffers, which are, I don't know, not too hard, I guess, but. All right, well, I'm pretty sure that what Kyong has done is faster than going into Swamp Palace, but.
Does have to be really careful here because he's pretty much 1 shot on cold stare. He can take a nice drop, but.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Ooh, Duck going with the bonk lever pull.
Somebody make sure to @ Steven for his favorite strat in this entire video game. Okay, well,
Very nice, very nice.
hopefully Kyong has more faith in his movement than I do, because he almost got hit by 2 separate icicles, which would have been not good. But yeah, definitely faster than visiting Swamp first, so. All right, well, on to another part of the game where nothing happens except for bad RNG costing you time. Like this red skeleton looking right at you, giving you time to contemplate how you're going to deal with him.
Yeah, it looked like Duck was trying to go for the wall hold too, but it was a little late.
Duck dashing there, that's something that I don't think any of the theory tasks do, but it's just something I've wondered myself. Never gotten around to testing it.
I guess it depends on how short you stop your first dash left, maybe. Because typically you want to dash all the way as close to the wall as you can.
Yeah, I don't know. Water movement's just so weird. Also, Kyong getting ether here, which very reasonable.
Yeah, I miss sword climbing, but
Ooh.
I definitely think
Duck is on the pegs.
yeah, that's pretty good movement there. But yeah, I definitely miss sword climbing, but I 100% think that ether in Swamp is such a good call.
It's funny because like I don't know that I'll ever switch. Maybe I'll eventually be convinced because I hate spin speed, but like in low percent, it's not even an option. You get ether on this split.
Exactly. Well, it's just like, I mean, if you take a boulder hit, getting ether in the Meyer segment, like, what do you do? Because if you try to go for heart, which is what you want to do, I mean, you're losing time already at that point.
Ooh, that low dash from Kyong, I'm not sure if that's like guaranteed or not. It looked really close, but it did look like because it was a slower slope dash, maybe that it would avoid the grab. I don't know. It was pretty. It's just not a screen I've looked at enough. I have my way of doing it, which is like super safe, but I definitely don't know everything about the screen.
I have a really good tip for that screen. Do not hit right in all dungeons. Don't do it.
What happens if I do?
Well, about that.
All right, Duck doing the room. Everybody goes, how do they pick up the pot? And then they open the prac and it says hook dash. And you're like, ah, that's how.
There's a big light bulb moment.
I think literally that's true for every single person that's played this game.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that a few times.
Duck not needing any arrows here or bombs. Kyong will want to pick up one set of arrows. Could also pick up both and then skip TR arrows. So I don't know if that's worth it though. I don't know which arrow pack's faster.
I just stopped grabbing all dungeon arrows and resulted to Mike arrows and GT.
Also very reasonable. Only reason. Oh, little bit early with that first fire rod shot. Gets a second time there. Kyong having just a little bit of trouble with the levers, which is like understandable. Levers are like chess. They're impossible. But unless Duck has a huge disaster, he's ahead by a good bit here still, so I can't do math like this. It's like 3 minutes from the big key in Swamp to beat the dungeon if everything goes well, which like it's Swamp, so it doesn't. But I mean, Gun got pretty far there too, but Duck was fully on the pegs, which is insane.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been up that high after the lever push. I get stuck like 99% of the time.
Duck showing off the real reason why you wait to do ether, so you can. Well, I guess you could do that either way, but hook speeding to the bird is pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was a very good sword climb by Duck, but really bad RNG from the enemies up there.
Good recognition though. Like it's amazing. Of course, dead rocks and boulders are awful, but then like if they didn't exist, Tektites would be one of the worst enemies in the game, right? They're not even like they barely qualify as the third worst enemy on their own screen.
One kind of a cool strat, I don't know if you can picture it, but after you jump off of the ledge there to go to ether and you get a high dead rock, instead of moving out of the way on the right or slashing it, actually going underneath that rock and dashing up is a better choice.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's pretty dope.
I guess maybe I would have guessed that if you gave me 3 days and 100 guesses. But Kyong missing the hook speed? Okay. Gets the pot anyway.
Sometimes you just got to get all the precious.
And yeah, so 12 hearts in Mire. Yeah, you can take a hit from a slug, but both these guys are good enough that I don't think anything bad's going to happen. God Tasma wasted. How's that going to work? Ooh. Just a little too high. Fire out of the popo there. Kyong showing why going for the 0 cycle is really not that bad. Even if you don't get it, like, generally you're no worse off than if you hadn't tried it at all, so. The nudging the staircase will not beat the fireball, so good recognition there. Or maybe he just never tries. I don't know.
That's interesting. Felt like he should have hit the slug there, but
That first slash looked okay to me. And then the second one, Duck showing why beams suck. The only reason the slash through the wall works is because the wall kills your beams before your sword gets to the slug. So otherwise that happens. You slash and the beam hits him first, are at the same time, I guess, so it counts as beam damage instead, which is really frustrating.
Yeah, considering how beam damage is like godly in every other Zelda game except for this one. Makes sense.
In Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, they're like, beams just do what your sword does. And then this one, they're like, beams do nothing. Could you imagine if beams did the same damage as the sword?
Oh god, it'd be amazing.
We might actually try to keep them once in a while.
Frame roll? Oh, still a good deboost though. That almost looked good enough to be a frame roll there.
It was close, yeah. But the hardest part of the frame roll is not bonking immediately after. You're just so surprised you got it.
So clarification on the frame roll: does the 4-pixel frame roll counter restart when you pause and unpause?
It like is normalized out of a pause menu, so I don't know exactly how it works, but it always works the same way. Whereas when it's not out of a pause menu, it's dependent on like I don't know, like your last load or something. So it might be like the frames since you came out of the warp tile, out of the big key or something like that instead.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
It's definitely, I think maybe only like FSG and Con know the mechanics really, but it's really weird like that.
Well, looks like Duck missed the fire rod twice.
Missed Spooky altogether, I guess.
Yo, shoutouts to Meyer DLC. Let's go.
2017 strats right there.
Do you remember when we first started trying to optimize this room? It was a nightmare.
I started like 2 weeks before Spooky was found or something. Because I remember I got to like, I was like going through Blunt Bunny's tutorials for stuff, for like all the stuff. And one of them was for that Meyer Dark Room. And I was like, this is so much work. And then like a day later, Spooky came out and I was like, yeah, we're not learning any of this.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, that lightning strike.
Well, the lightning only does 2 hearts, so we would have been fine either way, but that was close. Look, me back in like 2018 or whatever, different person than today. Is it pronounced like can? I will never. I'll try to remember that. My brain is not going to want to do that. Yeah. Kyong's got plenty of health, not expecting any issues here, so. Well, not just stair lag cancels, but chest opens. There's a couple moving parts of that room. Ooh, somehow Duck not. Okay, well.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Death Mountain we're talking about here.
I was like, oh, he didn't get hit there. Well, sure. Yeah, still with 6.5 hearts. Nothing to worry about.
Ooh, good video. Duck with all the hammers.
Yo. Duck gets the quick warp. We've heard that it's free. But I'm not sure how free it is if you have to cancel super speed. So that was funny. Duck threw that that skull late, and it looked like the skull made the platform.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Does Kyong still need to get the ice rod?
No, I don't think. No. Kyong had that crazy dash underneath the crab.
That's right.
Both of them still have the ferry, so Turtle Rock will be fine, maybe.
Maybe
If we get the ferry and Chomps behave.
Yeah, I think it's always best to get the early ferry here for sure.
Honestly, I've considered. Oh, okay, that Chomp wanted to block the switch. But yeah, for goal percent, we worked out a strat to kill the mini Helma in Skull Woods to advance the prize back. And like, I don't know, I've thought about it in NMG and any percent too, but you just like lose so much health sometimes in the overworld that having the hard drop is still kind of nice. But
yeah, for sure.
Whereas like in low percent, the reason we want it is not for the fairy, which is dope, but for the magic because you run out otherwise. Oh, and Duck actually doing the beam strat there.
So, by my count, it looks like Kyong is behind exactly 2 minutes at this point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Of course, feels like a lot, but pretty much any death is at this point going to be at least that much, and you can kind of explode in Turtle Rock. So, and of course, anything going awry in GT is going to be a hefty chunk of time as well. Okay.
Ooh, taking the roller.
Yeah, just got a little too excited, I guess. Walked off the pegs.
That was a really smart move by Kyong, reading that left RNG from the ball and chain. Or, I'm sorry, the chain chomp, Jesus.
Don't get Nintendo ideas. Don't do it for her.
It just all come together.
The last thing we need is a guard swinging around a chain chomp. Oh, that sounds like a great idea for a ROM hack, though.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, Young wanted the fairy. Okay. Yeah, so the way some of the eyes work, that eye in particular, is it only fires if you're looking at it. So when Kyong walked straight down there and popped out of the bunny, he wasn't actually in danger, but that's just so hard to think of when you're bunnied and trying to not get beamed by the eye. So
yeah.
And we get the double poke dash from Duck. Which does save 32 frames. Although in this case, doesn't save all those frames, but
yeah. Well, I mean, his health was pretty high up there.
it only doesn't save because he's missing 4 hearts, right? Oh, Kyung not going for the squeeze. I don't know. I think it's reasonable to not want to take the roller hit there, but at the same time, I feel like you've got 10 hearts. What could possibly go wrong? Other than getting hit there and then getting hit on Laser Bridge and then dying to Trinex. I guess that could happen.
That would be precisely what could go wrong.
That happened to me? Maybe. More than once? Probably. All right. So coming up on GT, starting GT down 4 hearts, not where you want to be. Just happened to cancel his dash inside of the Lionel, which is not where you want to do it.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what's your favorite room in GT. I think mine's Spike Skip.
Spike Skip is pretty good, but I feel every time I get it, I get blocked by the Stelphos. It's like, it's programmed, dude.
I believe it. Duck says he's going for AD strats and then skips the first key. All right.
Just trying to think of my favorite room, and I cannot grab any of them.
Duck getting Spike Skip. Nice. For as cool as it is, it only saves like 20 frames. It's so disappointing. Like, I wish it saved like 2 seconds, you know? But would you say maybe your favorite room is Mike Arrow's chest, now that you get it every time?
It is pretty dope to hit that every time, I will admit.
I think it is faster than two pots.
Yeah, for sure. It is a really good strat. And then, like, if you just get it due to your strats, no matter what your arrows are, well, then you can just skip the arrows after the big key.
Mm-hmm.
And that chest is hella slow.
Yeah, it's the slowest chest for sure, but it's just so hard to get here with 30 arrows that I think of it more as saving time when you don't get it, as opposed to losing time when you do get it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, looks like Duck's
You
taking.
are seeing that.
I mean, it's pretty smart in his position right now. So
When you start down 4, if you take another 3 there, you're kind of.
yeah, I mean, Duck knowing that he's got a decent lead right now, so no reason not to do it.
Okay, Kyong doing what nobody else would be smart enough to recognize. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, he's going to be an arrow down in G1.
Yeah, when that Stalfos was in his way and he hooked the skulls instead of trying to hook to the block, that's pretty smart. And this is why Duck probably didn't want to step on the spikes.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a very smart play. Shoutouts to Josh RTA.
No bow dash. I would have laughed if Duck bow dashed with no arrows.
What?
He doesn't want beams, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. No beams for Gauntlet.
I actually think that dash that Duck canceled would not have bonked, believe it or not. Auto doors you can like go into from a million miles away. It would have been slow, but I think it would have worked.
Yeah, it looks like Duck had a really good Gauntlet.
That is really unfortunate. All right, I mean, we can see how much easier the real strat is in that room, or the take 3 heart strat is from Kyong. Opting for some simple mimic strats, that's fine. Rooms are way too hard. Somebody teach me to do GT torches. I can't beat the firebar.
I beat the Firebar. I can't lamp dash. It's impossible.
That bonk could. All right, we're fine. It could slow you down enough. I don't know if it would have like. I'm never really worried about the GT jingle glitch unless you do something like bonk in that room. So. Duck hooking frames too early so that his hook hits something other than what we wanted.
That hook strat on Moldarm 2 is pretty awesome.
It's great.
I think like ever since I learned it, or I guess it just started to happen in a lot of runs. Like I do it every time now. Even when I don't have to, I'm like, ah shit.
It's so funny too, right? Like Moldorm, like you see him start coming at you a little bit and you hook, and then he just kind of
Yep.
turns the corner and you're like, I didn't have to do this. I think that looked like a triple. Hard to tell sometimes, but this pattern is, yeah, about what I expected. Just because the timings were so wrong.
Shooting out the blue balls. What a bully.
All right, well, 4 cycle. Hard to complain too much about a 4 cycle. With that said, Kyung has caught up a lot of time in GT. I mean, for pretty obvious reasons, but like a lot of time here. All right, it's just a few last hits here for Duck. Opting for inside the ring dashes, which nobody believes you when you say that they're safe, right? Every time I try to tell somebody that they're safe, they're like, there's no way. But they're so much safer.
Yeah, 100% agree. Ring dash is way easier. Like trying to do the hook strat, man, I get hit every time.
That's a good pattern. Give us more of that, Aghanim, please. This pattern's less good because of the timing. She can still get 2 pretty easily, but like the getting torch glitch.
Wait, you can actually get torch glitch?
Apparently.
Oh, that doesn't happen for me. I didn't know it was a thing.
I mean, I was called a coward in my last tournament match because I went for lamp torch glitch, and you know what? I'm fine with that.
I am 2 for 2 this tournament on missed torch glitches.
So with everything that's happened, we're in the Ganon fight at the same time, which is pretty close, all things considered. And GG's Duck.
Yeah, GG's Duck. Nice run. Kyong making up some good time here. One funny thing I will say as Kyong finishes his fight up, I'm so married to in-the-ring dash strats. When I play a randomizer and I don't have boots, I'm like, what the hell do I do? I get so lost, dude.
Forget you gotta do some defeat Ganon or something. All right.
Kyong going for the double spin before the torch glitch.
Oh, nice.
That was super close.
That's an RNG that like bottom right to bottom left that you can get 100% of the time, but you have to be prepared for it. Saw Kyong kind of like angled his or spin so that he'd be hit a little bit to the left on the first one. If you don't do that, you can't get that. So, or at least I don't think. And GG's to Kyong. Finishing just about a minute and a half apart, which is basically what? Just a little bit less than the Ice Palace stuff that happened.
Yeah, Kyong actually made up like 30 seconds from the end of T-Rock all the way to endgame 2, so.
Also, what's up, Duck?
That's what's up.
Yo, GG, Duck.
What's up? I did not deserve that one.
Well,
But we take them. We take those.
I guess I should check the bracket, huh?
Well, I'm assuming we all lost to Airy. We'll just pencil that in.
Oh, you're in Aries group? Okay.
Yeah, about that. I think Duck, you're 2-1 now, right?
Yeah, I totally beat Airy. He's a scrub. No, I'm 1-1, and I'm playing Shady tomorrow at 4 Eastern, which for me, like, it's basically back to back. Cause like I'm gonna go to bed. Well, I guess not for a while, but I'm just gonna wake up and then do that. So. So yeah.
Well, I mean, Disaster Light World. But
Yeah.
other than GT, Dark World was pretty fine. So
Dark World actually, like, Swamp was only plus 0.3 with the phase 2, and like I still don't have the 123 some of best. I have a 124 flat. Like it's like 124.2 or something. So that's really annoying. So yeah, like I have time in like almost all. Like honestly, my only like decent gold is Skull Woods at a 522. Like if I'm going for like a 24, that's probably about right. The rest of them are like I can save time on all of them, especially Pod with the spin speed helmet. If I just get a good pattern, I can save time there. I mean, Light World's whatever. Like I'm so tired of Light World. Like literally, this game is like spend 30 minutes getting mad at the game for a chance to maybe play the fun part of the game, and maybe you'll still have it on PB pace. Because even if you have a good Light World, then you run into Aga. It's like, oh well, he can be like, nope, none for you today. Sorry. And it's like, okay, cool game.
yeah, you're running against how many?
I'm only running against one.
One. God, it's
Yeah.
so
So I'm running. It's weird because like I had a pretty good Light World. Like the worst part is I'm running against the Gold Desert. But I got bush guarded in Agate Tower, so I have 20 seconds there. So like, it's not too hard for me to come out of Light World even or ahead. I've done it a couple times already in this. And then it's just like my Dark World like end game for me is pretty strong, like decently strong. But like, nothing in Dark World besides Ice, and even Ice it's like +2 over my gold. But like I had like an IPBJ failure one time, and I was only ended up like +1 over gold, and I saved time on it. So I'm like, oh well, that's easily goldable too. So it's just like Zora, you know. So like I can save time on most of the. It's just getting the consistency back after so much rust. Like I'm having major disasters. Like this is about my average right now, and I'm having like several major disasters a run, and I'm still pulling off 127. So I can just like stop the disasters. Like, you know, I should definitely be able to get back to the 125 and then, you know, kind of work on the 124 at some point.
I mean, it's just hard though. Like you got hit by the Lionel in GT, right? And that basically caused everything else in the split to go bad. Like that's just how it is.
With that and Mimics, and like I haven't failed Mimics in a very long time. Like that second arrow hitting the spike was really weird, or it's like the second arrow didn't fire or something. It was really weird, and the whole thing just went to shit. And then like the problem, like I fucked up. Normally when I dash, or like normally when I miss that dash into Mimics 2, I'll do like the world's dumbest dash because the timing gets screwed up in Mimics 2 for me. So I just take the time loss, and I just forgot. So the Mimics 2 went to hell. And then I had to take the fairies. Like I saw Fox mention like, oh, he's not gonna take the safety door in TR, and I was like, yeah, I should. And I was thinking about like Kyong, you know, Kyong messed up. I'm like, I'll be sporting, you know, like if I die, then I mean, I already didn't really deserve to win. It's like if I die, then that's fine. He can have the win back. So that's why I didn't take that. But then like GT was, so I was just like, let me get the fairy. Like, I mean, that's not that.
Were you planning on the fairies before you got knocked off the bridge?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I did a weird Ganon Balls. It was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I was just like, I kind of like just messed up. Like I did the AD strat and that went poorly. I mean, I just missed the first pot. So I saw it coming. I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, but, I think you were just like a little bit too far.
Oh yeah, that was too high.
Oh yeah.
So like I literally like you probably couldn't tell, but like I literally like ran into the side of the crystal. And I like walked for like 3 pixels and I just hucked the pot. I'm like, that's not gonna work. Like that's definitely wrong. So yeah. Like if you go back at and what was that? Did you see that weird like that push in Agate Tower where like I warped off the statue? Like I was just pushing it down, and all of a sudden Lynx is like, yeah, I'm gonna go like 10 pixels to the right. Like what the hell is this?
No, I missed that.
I need to clip it or something. I was like, or at least look at it. I was like, I do not know what this is. So just like, I mean, like I was mad in Light World. Like, I mean, I was having a little fun in the beginning, but then like it's just Light World could just spiral so fast, and it's just like, I don't know if that's my spin speeds. That's all I practiced before, because my run earlier I missed a bunch, and it's like, okay, I'll just practice those and fix them. No, so whatever.
Do you have any input on spin speeds, Fricker? For me, as soon as I start thinking about them, I'm not.
Dude, go back a year ago. I was lights out on spin speeds for like AD. Like there's so many more in that category too. So it's like
just front AD then, right?
Yeah, I think part like not having like grinding this in like basically a year, and then it's very controller dependent. So if you switch controller, and like I have switched controllers since then, like sometimes like a little more pressure, or like a lot of times I'll turn my thumb up. That way, like, and it's like a little thinner. That way, like, I'm more likely to come off, because I think a lot of times you end up hitting A while still on B, unless you're Airy, who just slaps it. But like, I feel like turning it to the side, especially if like a bigger thumb, just turning it like sideways, like will let you like let go of B. And if you just do it really fast, it should be the next frame.
I feel like
it's next frame right. So you can. There's weird things where it's like if you let it go at the very front edge of the frame, like you might be too fat. Like it's a little weird, you know. To have exactly 1 frame speed.
Right. I know that Louis and a couple other people have started repressing B, which is like, I don't know. That's really awkward to me.
It's just, I don't know. I just got to do it more, because again, it was like when I was grinding AD, it's like I didn't miss spin speeds like at all. And like I remember thinking at the time, it's like, man, when I come back to NMG, it's gonna be great, because I'm a god of spin speed now, and it's just god. So
I'm going to interrupt to say GG's to Kyong, who's also in here now.
I thought that was Kyong for a second. I'm like, that's it's a really weird way to phrase that, Kyong, but okay. I was gonna say GG's to me. It's pretty great.
Yeah, any thoughts, Kyung? You can just interrupt Duck. He's never gonna shut up otherwise.
Yeah, it's
I guess I'm glad it didn't come down to the blue balls. That was
be
definitely
fair-
my own mistake there.
to be fair, we basically had a Dark World RTA run after that, and like it's not like dumb stuff didn't
Yeah.
happen to do, but like but like on like you should like even with the all of that, if you just take out your IPBJ failure, like you made up time on me in the end game. Like probably the only segment that was maybe better than I didn't really see your swamp, but like I had a decent swamp. I had 652. So like that's probably the only split I honestly even beat you in the end. And you were ahead of me in ice. So like it came down to one run ender, which is always unfortunate. It's not the way you really want to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a bit greedy there and just had one single moment of hesitation, which cost me. That was basically it.
Yeah. Are you getting extra bombs for the tourney, or are you running in with one or two?
I never changed my route since before Spooky, so I guess I have one extra technically somewhere. But yeah, I usually enter IPBG with two.
Yeah.
Especially
Like
since I do Ice Road Cave right after rain. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and if
Yeah,
I fail, I could reroute on the fly. That's fine, right? But
Yeah, like PB attempts, I usually carry 2 in. Like I had 4 because I got a drop, but like right now I'm picking up pod and toilet just because it's like, why not, So a little extra safety. But it could, it's unfortunate. I was hoping you were at least gonna get the hover, and if you got the hover, you probably take this one, to be honest.
Would have been real close, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably played a little more. Like I was kind of screwing around in GT a little bit, but like I would just skip the fairies and had to have gone for it. But
yeah, with that distance, I wasn't even worried about playing aggressively because it was all on you, really. Like I wasn't gonna win just because I played a little bit more aggressively after that point, so I just played at my own pace.
Yeah, it's not like when Eri takes a 2-minute deficit in Eastern Palace. He has the whole run to make it up, right? It's like hard to make up 2 minutes with 30 minutes of gameplay left.
yeah, Ari died in Hera for me. My race was only like a minute and a half for him, and then it was just like, I had a chance at that point, and then he ended up like coming in like 6 seconds over my PB or something. So it's like, sweet, like okay. Cool. I was in voice with him. He's like, "Oh, I gold at Skull Woods." Like, what the hell? Like, stop, please stop.
Yeah, honestly, this run, other than like 2 critical splits, was really solid.
2? You mean blue balls, or like did you make another mistake?
Yeah, Aga as well. I did a couple
Well, I mean that's
stuff there, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 7 is like 2 minutes, and then you probably wasted like at least 3 on IPJ, so it's 5.
Looks like it's about 2.5.
Yeah,
maybe
plus
maybe
240. Oh my god, oh nice.
Yeah,
a lot of splits were like +0 on my gold, -0 on my gold.
Yeah, well, coming in from 129 after all that, like you definitely, I don't know, like I said, it's not the way you want to win, but like honestly, for me, I just want an extra buy so I have more time to practice and stuff.
Well, the extra buy is only going to be a couple days with this fast tournament to go.
I know we've been saying a lot, but this format's great. Like we need to like tell other communities about it. Like I'm gonna talk to some of the SM people. Like, hey, this is awesome, because it's like in SM, it's like I did like the Honda tournament, and then it's like, okay, if you win your first match, you play Behemoth. I'm like, sweet. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Doesn't SM also have a tournament like every 6 months? So
yeah, they have smaller and faster tournament. Like the Honda tournament I was in, it like lasted like a month. It was like, it felt so quick to me because it's like I was used to like the AD tournament last year took like half the year. It was ridiculous. And then I was like, oh, join the SM tournament. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be like 3 weeks long. Like, what the hell?
Duck, reset your console.
Oh right, yeah. I even remind.
I only remembered because I saw Kyong Extreme go offline.
Yes, this is the run I'm going to fake. I'm gonna fake a 127. Just hope Kyong beefs it more. Bro, we're gonna need a proof call this one.
Hey, look, you're a mod, right? Or an admin? I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
yeah, I definitely should follow. I even reminded like, hey, Kyong, don't forget to reset after you win.
Kolsler has a question for you, but I'm choosing to ignore it.
I don't even know what that is, so no.
I think the person to ask is Kyong, though, right?
I'm not reading the channel.
The question is if this is a Hollow Live reference.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Okay, cool. I was like, I don't know what this is. I thought it was like Portuguese or something. Honestly, I don't know.
Be glad that you don't get it. It's a rabbit hole you don't want to get in.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything else to say before we send it over to someone else?
No.
I'm good.
I did the right side Eastern just for you now.
Appreciated it.
I just thought that was the way it was supposed to be done, so I ended up practicing it, and now I'm kind of good at it. So you know, I'm probably the best person at it now because I sat there and practiced it for like an hour. God, I don't remember this being that hard.
All right.
But yeah.
But no, yeah, GG's Kyong.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG's to both of you. It's a great race. We're gonna raid 0J, who's firing up some NMG of his own. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for the restream. Thanks for the race.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for the restream.
I'll see y'all later.